Order. I call this meeting to order. This is the Standing Committee on Human Resources. I'm Chris Palmer, MLA for Kings West and chair of the committee. Today, good to see everybody. Hope you all had a good Easter weekend. Today, we will review appointments to agencies, boards, and commissions. So I'd like to ask everybody to set your phones to silent who's in the room. And I'd ask all committee members to introduce themselves for the record. And we'll begin by stating their name and constituency. I'll begin to my left with MLA Craig.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My name is Steve Craig. I am the MLA for Sackville-Cobequid.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Dave Ritzy, MLA for Truro, Bible Hill, Millbrook, Salmon River.
Good morning, Johnny McDonald, MLA for Hants East.
Morning, everybody. Nolan Young, MLA, Shelburne.
Good morning, everyone. Susie Hanson, MLA for Halifax Needham.
Good morning, Laura Lee Nickel, MLA Cole Harbour Dartmouth.
Good morning, everyone. Tony Ince, the MLA for Cole Harbour.
Thank you, everyone. And for the purposes of Hansard, I also recognize the presence of Legislative Counsel Killian Schlemmer to my left and Legislative Committee Clerk Judy Kavanagh to my right. We will begin with our agencies, boards, and commissions appointments. So if I could look for a motion, MLA McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the Department of Advanced Education to St. Mary's University Board of Governors, I recommend Bruce Holland to the board as a member.
There's a motion on the table. Is there any discussion? MLA Nickel.
Thank you. I was just wondering, because I know Mr. Holland, and I know that he's just declared that he's running for municipal council. I just wondered if that is problematic, and then if he is successful and wins, we'll be back here finding a replacement for him. I just wondered how this was going to work out.
So MLA Nickel has raised a point of discussion. Is there any discussion around the table about that? Is there any? MLA McDonald.
Mr. Chair, through you, I also am aware of it, but it's an election, so who knows whether he does or not. I'm not sure whether a municipal councillor preluded to it. As I understand, St. Mary's University Board of Governors, I don't think they have a direct link with the municipality, but that would be based on the municipality. To me, I don't know why there'd be any issue with it.
MLA Nickel.
Thank you, and that was my whole point. So you're appointing somebody, and I figure there could have been somebody else that could have been appointed that wasn't running for elected for this position on SMU. So therefore, just making more work for should he win. We will be coming back here and looking to find a replacement. And that's another thing. We don't put an alternative person forward with, which would be a good thing to do, in my opinion. So I just wanted, for the record, because at the end of the day, there could have been somebody else that would have been preferable.
Mm-hmm. So I think as an order of the discussion, we'll have the vote on the motion. All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion is carried. MLA McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm going to apologize to the person I'm about to nominate, because I'm sure I'm not going to do good with this last name, although I'm sure I should have. Ms. Hanson, Emily Hanson is now laughing at me. For the Department of Health and Wellness, to the Board of Directors of Nova Scotia College of Dispensing Opticians, I recommend Albini Iskowicki as public representative. How close did I do? Thank you.
Motion on the table. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Emily McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the IWK, still under the Department of Health and Wellness, to the IWK Health Center Board of Directors, I recommend John Muir as director.
Motion on the table. Discussion. All those in favor of the motion say aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Emily McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the Department of Health and Wellness to Midwifery Regulatory Council of Nova Scotia, I recommend to appoint Jolyn Kearns and Karen Wallace as public representatives.
Motion on the table, discussion. All those in favor of the motion say aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Emily McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the Department of Health and Wellness to the Board of Nova Scotia College of Respiratory Therapists, I recommend to appoint Danielle G. as a public representative.
Motion on the table, discussion. All those in favor of the motion say aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Emily McDonald.
Mr. Chair, for the Department of Labor, Skills and Immigration to the Apprenticeship Board, I recommend appointment for Jan Fulton, member of Industrial Manufacturing Sector. However, Jan Fulton's 2022 appointment to member at large is amended to Industrial Manufacturing Sector Employee Representative Member, as the title of the position has changed.
Motion on the table, discussion. All those in favor of the motion say aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Emily McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And last but not least, to the Department of Service, Nova Scotia, to the Board of Register of Embalmers and Funeral Directors, I move to recommend Bruce Osborne be appointed to member Consumer Advocate.
Motion on the table, discussion. All those in favor of the motion say aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion is carried. Thank you, Emily McDonald. Where it's the appointments to agencies, boards, and commissions, I was looking for agreement from the table to see if we would put our correspondence and our other committee business off until the next sitting of the Human Resource Committee. So do we have agreement, general agreement around the table for that? Okay. That being the case, our next meeting will be on Tuesday, May 7th from 1 to 3 p.m. The topic is the Canada-Nova Scotia Canada-wide Early Learning and Child Care Agreement. 2021 to 2026 update. Our witnesses will be from the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development, Dr. Tammy Findlay, Mount St. Vincent University, Child Care Now, Nova Scotia, Association of Early Childhood Educators, Early Learning and Child Care Engagement Table. That being said, our meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.